Namaste. Hi there, it's me, Stacey Lei. Welcome to yoga, and thank you so much for joining me for today's class. We'll be using a variation of props today, not only to explore the posture, but truly to explore your own body, to notice how things feel a little bit different when you have a bit of assistance or feedback. For today's class, you'll need a mat or a carpet, and you could set it up next to a wall, just like mine is now. You'll need an empty wall space. If you have a picture hanging, just be careful when you bring your hands to the wall that you don't catch yourself on a nail or a hook. I'd like you to have a yoga block. And if you don't have a yoga block, you can use a thick book or a thick, sturdy sofa cushion. You can place your block right next to your mat for now. A small hand towel will be very handy for just a couple of our postures. So something from your kitchen or from your bathroom. And then finally, you will need a high back chair for today's class. If you're ready to get started, we'll begin our warm-up just on the mat without too many props. And then we'll start to move in deeper. So I'd like you to come to the center of your mat and place your feet together. Something that you should be aware of is in today's class, you might notice that my hands disappear off the screen. But you've got two of us today. You've got me and my reflection. So be sure to use the reflection whenever you're unsure. Place your left hand onto your heart and your right hand on top of that. Take a moment to shift from your busy life out there to the quiet space in here with me. Congratulations, you showed up. With your eyes closed, inhale deeply. Take your time on a long exhale. The next 29 minutes are all about you. Let's explore your body. Inhale and exhale. Blink your eyes open, please. Be sure that your ankle bones are touching and draw your knees together. Lift your thighs up off your knees and tilt your tailbone just a little bit so that your tailbone points down to the floor. You'll engage your abdominals and lengthen your spine. Bring your thumbs to your shoulders and now stretch your arms up overhead. Your fingers should be very wide, but I'd like you to press your thumbs back while maintaining a nice neutral spine. Sweep your arms down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Press your thumbs back. Keep your abdominals engaged, spine long. Sweep your arms down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Last time, exhale. Inhale. Arms come wide by your sides and relax. Now pick up your hand towel and hold your towel in your left hand. Bring your towel back behind you and let the towel hang down along your back. And with your palm wide open, take hold of the towel with your right hand. Now as you give a gentle tug on the towel, you'll feel your shoulders stretch and your triceps stretch. Please turn your head towards the right. Inhale. Exhale. Turn towards me. Release your left hand from the towel and bring your left arm down by your side. Now take the towel with your right hand and let it fall back behind you. Capture the bottom of the towel with your left hand and let's just stretch on this side. So you'll feel your right shoulder, your right tricep stretching as you gently tug down. And remember, it doesn't have to hurt to work, so just enough of a tug where you could feel the stretch. And then turn your head to your left. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Turn your head back towards me and release your right hand. Sweep your arm down. You can hang your towel on your chair once again. Come to the center of your mat. Separate your feet so that they're hip distance apart with your toes pointed forward. Bring your hands to your thighs. Sit down as if there's a chair behind you that you're sitting into. So a nice low squat with a nice long spine with your abdominals engaged. You can stay right here or reach your arms out in front of you. This is called the chair pose. It's quite challenging. A very good strengthening exercise. If it's available to you, just lift your toes off the ground, just the tips of your toes, and see how that feels. Inhale. Exhale. As you stand, sweep your arms down by your sides. Step your feet close together. This next exercise is a balancing exercise. So if you feel the need to rest your fingertips onto a chair or onto the wall, please by all means do that. Bringing your feet close together, please. Sit into chair pose once again, and now lift your right heel up. Extend your arms out to help you balance, and once you're ready, you'll lift your right leg up and cross your thigh. If it feels comfortable, you can wrap your toes around your calf muscle, and you can wrap your arms around your body, right arm underneath your left. All these progressions are optional, of course. Go as far as it feels comfortable for your body today. Extend your arms back out to help your balance and unwrap, unwind your legs. Stand up and exhale. Let's just shake that off. Pedal one foot and the other foot. Swish your hips from side to side. All right, let's do that on the other side. And just exploring, so you might notice that it feels easier or more challenging on the other side. No judgment. Sit down into chair pose. Lift your left heel up, arms out for balance. Remember, you can hold lightly onto a chair or the wall if you need to. Your leg comes up, it crosses and wraps. If it feels right for your body today, left arm underneath your right arm. Give yourself a good squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Arms come back out for balance. Slowly stand, unwrap your leg, and relax your arms. Pedal through your heels. Now let's turn sideways onto your mat. Bring your feet wide and parallel. Arms wide. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale, reach your arms wide. Now lift your right toes and pivot your foot. Sink down into a nice low lunge. This is the warrior two. Stretch your fingers in both directions and feel the power of the warrior posture. It's confident and grounded and secure. Your back hand comes to your back thigh and stretch your front arm up. Maybe you'll reach back over your body. Lift your eyes and look towards your fingertips if that feels good. This is the peaceful warrior. Return to the warrior two. And now straighten your front leg and pivot your front foot. Star pose. Inhale, exhale. Lift and pivot your back foot or your left foot. And we'll slide down into a low warrior. Press the imaginary walls away. So stretching in both directions. Back hand, back thigh. Reach up, peaceful warrior, and you can stretch from your fingertip all the way to your hip. Inhale, exhale, say Your long exhales will help keep your body relaxed even while you're working. Return to the warrior two. Begin to straighten your back leg and pivot your back toes. So all 10 toes are parallel. Now soften your knees, bring your hands to your thighs and hinge forward. Bring your hands onto your block, and that block can be low or high or anywhere in between. Both hands onto your block and bend your knees and straighten your legs. Bend and straighten. And now bring your legs to their straightest point and also find a very long spine. So reaching from the crown of your head out through your tailbone. Keep your left hand on the block. Draw your right hand to your rib cage and then twist your whole torso towards the right. If it feels good, lift your eyes towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. Hand comes down to the block and let's switch sides. Your left hand comes to your rib cage. Twist your torso, and if it feels good to you, lift your eyes towards the ceiling. Rotate back down to the block. Bring both hands to your thighs. Hinge back up. Inhale, reach. Big, audible exhale. Now you can lean your fingers onto the wall and help you to step your feet together. Now let's practice some of these postures using the wall, and you'll notice that it feels different on your body. You'll get to explore some different sensations. Bring your feet together so that they touch. Your feet should be about 6 inches away from the wall. And now lean onto the wall. Notice how nice and secure that feels. Tilt your tailbone just a little bit so that you can bring your lower back closer to the ground. So your tailbone points down towards the floor. Your lower back is secure on the wall. And then straighten out your legs. Your thumbs come to your shoulders and reach your arms up overhead, mountain pose. Now this time, I'd like you to press your thumbs into the wall behind you. I hope you feel that as much as I do. My back shoulders are quite engaged and my arms are working much harder than they were before. Hopefully this is what you're feeling as well. Inhale and exhale. Sweep your arms down. Give yourself a little pedal, a little shake. You can shake your arms out. And now reach your left arm up overhead and place your hand either on your head or your neck or your upper back. Hinge forward a little bit and bring your right arm underneath you, palm facing the wall. So this is the same position that we were in before when we stretched our triceps, but now you can lean back onto the wall. Just notice how this might feel a little bit different. And please turn your head to the right. You can press your head gently against the wall to feel the stretch in your neck. Turn your head center. Hinge away from the wall and relax your arms. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Your right arm comes up and over. Place your hand on the back of your head or your neck or maybe even your upper back. And then your left arm folds underneath you with your palm on the wall. And now just begin to lean back. When you're ready, you can turn your head to the left. Please keep in mind that you should feel some gentle stretching, but it shouldn't hurt. Exercise doesn't have to hurt to work. Inhale and exhale. Roll your head back to the center, hinge forward from your hips, and then allow your arms to melt down. Keep your feet in front of you, but you might want to walk your feet forward just a little bit. Bring your hands to the wall and brace yourself as you slide down to chair pose. You might remember that we did chair pose earlier, but now we're against the wall. It should feel a little bit different. See if you can eliminate some of the space between your lower back and the wall. So if you engage your abdominals and draw your navel, your belly button, towards the wall, you'll feel lots of support back there. And draw your shoulders back. You could reach your arms out in front of you, thumbs up. Inhale and exhale. Such a good strengthening exercise for your thighs. Bring your hands to the wall to brace yourself and slowly lift up. Now we'll move on to eagle bound pose against the wall. It's one of my favorites. So slide down to chair pose once again and lift your right heel. Brace yourself along the wall, and when you're ready, lift your leg and cross it. You might wrap your toes just like you might have done before. And then if it's available, if it's comfortable, your right arm comes underneath your left arm. Inhale, exhale. Squeezing your legs tight. This particular exercise is actually very good for circulation. Let's unwrap our arms, place your arms onto the wall, unwrap your legs and stand up. Pedal through your heels and your legs. When you wrap your legs tightly, it actually stops some of the blood supply in your knees and your ankles. And when you unwrap, there's a new rush of oxygenated blood that comes through your joints, and it's very healing. So a little bit of work leads to a lot of great results. Let's do the other side. Ready? Slide down. Brace yourself. And if it feels best just to stay here, you can. Otherwise, lift your left heel, lift your leg, and wrap. Wrap your toes. Squeeze your knees, squeeze your ankles. Left arm underneath your right arm. Unwrap your arms, brace yourself against the wall, unwrap your legs, a rush of fresh oxygen. Woo! Pedal through your feet a few times. Push yourself off the wall. Now turn your body and we'll place your left foot all the way against the wall. So your left pinky toe will be on the wall. Place your left hand on the wall and start to shimmy your foot into the center of your mat. Take a nice wide stance. Now lift your right toes and turn your toes towards the center of the room and charge forward. The warrior two. With your hand on the back wall, you can adjust your shoulders so that they stack over your hips. And as you explore the change in this posture, you'll notice that it feels a lot different than when we were just standing on the mat. So use the leverage to help you feel the difference. And now lift your front arm up and stretch into the peaceful warrior. Now that you've got the support of your hand and your foot, maybe you'll stretch a little bit deeper from your finger to your hip. Return to the warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Pivot your toes so that all 10 toes are pointed towards the left side of your room. And now hinge your body forward. You could bend your knees slightly. Inhale and exhale. Slowly hinge your way back up. Relax your front arm. Keep your hand on the back wall and watch this fancy dismount. Press into the wall and push your left foot off the wall and then stand up. All right, let's do the same sequence on the other side. By the way, I'm sorry to turn my back towards you, but I'll be talking to you right here in the mirror, okay? All right, so now let's place our right foot against the wall. And then you'll start to shimmy your front leg. Take a nice wide stance. You should feel very secure because you've got your hand on the wall, you've got your foot on the wall. Now you'll lift your toes and pivot and charge into the warrior two. So keep your thumb up. Come into a nice low lunge. If it feels good to you, you should take advantage of all the space you have. And now use your back hand on the wall to help you align your shoulders over your hips. Now stretch your front arm up, up, up. Peaceful warrior. And return to the warrior two. And now lift your front toes and pivot your toes. Bring your hand to your hip. And now it's time for the fancy dismount. Soften your knees. Up. Let's hinge forward first. Oops. Ready? Keep your hand on the wall, arm out straight, soften your knees, and hinge, hinge, hinge forward. There we go. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees and hold. Hinge up. And now fancy dismount. Push into the wall. Push your foot up. Step your feet together. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. I sure hope you're loving this class as much as I am today. I just find it really interesting to use our different props. Now you'll need a chair. So, bring your chair into your space and turn the seat towards the left side of the room. Now, you'll walk around to the side of the chair and place your hands on the wall. And your right leg will come up onto the chair. And then you'll scoot your body very close to the wall. You can place your forehead on the wall and lift your arms up to 90 degrees. You can rest your knee on the wall. And notice how this posture allows you for a nice deep hip opening here that we can't always get when we don't have this setup. And now turn your head to the left side of the room, so away from your knee. Notice all the places that you're feeling deep stretching now. Give yourself a long, deep exhale. Okay, slide your hands down. You can press yourself off the chair. And now we're going to turn towards the chair and place two hands on the seat. Now you'll lift the same leg that was just lifted before and stretch your leg back behind you. With the assistance of this chair, I'd like you to really challenge yourself and lift your leg up as high as you can. A straight leg pressing through your heel. And if you feel comfortable, you'll lift the same arm as your leg with your thumb pointed up. A deep breath in. Wow, look at you in the warrior three. Sweep your arm and your leg down. Soften your knees and hinge up. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. So we'll need to turn the chair. Be sure that the chair is close to the wall. And once you're ready, you'll lift your leg onto the chair, toes pointed to the side. Take some little hops, some little shimmies to get very close to the wall, and then just lay onto the ground. Lay onto the wall as if it were the ground. And lift your arms up to 90 degrees. And then turn your head in the opposite direction of your leg. Focus on your long, audible exhales, which will ensure that you're relaxed. As you notice all the places where you feel your body stretching, so your neck, your shoulders, your hip. Okay, slide your hands down a bit and push yourself away from the wall. You can step down off the chair. And now we'll turn towards the chair. I need to turn this chair a little. I'll move this chair a little bit. Turn towards the chair. Both hands come down. So now you're in this tabletop posture. And the same leg that was just up on the chair, well, you'll lift that up behind you and reach your straight leg back. Press through your heel and spread your toes. And now, if you'd like to, once you feel stable, you can reach your front arm up. Your thumb should be pointed towards the ceiling. And now stretch from your fingertip towards your heel. A nice long exhale. Sweep your arm and leg down. Bend and hinge at your hips. Come to standing. Inhale and exhale. We've got one more body position for you. We'll need to get down to the ground. This will take a moment. So let's move our chair out of the way. And as we're doing this, I'd like to just tell you that our very last posture is very relaxing, and I encourage you to stay on the ground for 3 to 5 minutes after this video ends, and just breathe. You deserve it. So bring your hand to the wall, split your legs, front hand to your front thigh, lower down. And once you arrive down on the ground, take your time positioning yourself onto your side. Come to the edge of your mat and lower yourself all the way down. Now the leg closest to the wall will kick up first. It's like you're doing a giant cartwheel. And then bring your legs up the wall. It's a little bit awkward at first, so just give yourself a couple moments and shimmy and scoot your butt so that it's up against the wall. Once you've arrived here, I've got one more posture before we start to rest. So place the soles of your feet together and slide your feet down to your body. Bring your hands to the insides of your knees and gently press your knees away. Allow yourself a nice gentle hip opener. See if you can relax in this posture. Inhale and exhale. And now slide your hands underneath your thighs and press your legs up the wall. And now just for a couple seconds, press hard through your heels. Draw your toes towards your nose and spread your toes out really wide. Keep working for this posture. Press through your heels, spread your toes wide. Inhale. Exhale. And now, just relax. Legs up the wall is one of the most restorative and relaxing postures that's available to the human body. So like I said, please give yourself the gift of staying here for 3 to 5 minutes. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart and say to yourself, self, I am so proud of you for showing up and exploring your props and exploring your body today. Self, you're a slightly different person than you were just 30 minutes ago, and you are moving in the right direction. It was an honor and privilege to be your guide today, and I hope you had a good experience. Be sure to join me next time.